Hello, good morning, and welcome to Leave It Love, the channel. So, in this channel, I do the return of senders. I do the return of senders every day for the purpose of returning energy back to wherever it's coming from. I do return of senders. I burn ancestor money. I talk a lot about black magic. I talk a lot about black magic, overcoming the magic, overcoming these spells, cleansing. I cleanse with salt every day. Every day I cleanse with salt is to remove the negative energies from your body, you know. And then when I do the return of senders, return of sender returns the spell work. Whatever they're doing is spell work. You can cleanse yourself, you can remove it. You can remove it from your body and you will be okay. You will be okay. We can move forward. We have to keep moving forward. So it's like, it's either you learn this shit, or whatever happens, bad things happen, you won't know why they happen, and all this stuff is happening, and it's like, if you was to cleanse yourself, it will fucking help you a lot. It's gonna help you. But you gotta let people be people. It's fine. Yesterday was my birthday. I'm officially 46 now. And it's like, thank you to everyone that reached out, that commented, that says something. I'm like, oh my God, I was happy. I was happy. It's online. I don't see you. You don't see me, but you just still took time out to say happy birthday. I'm like, oh my God. I just felt so special. And one person that I wanted, like, was actually called that wished me happy birthday too. And I'm like, oh my God, I was just happy all day. And then it's like, and I woke up today talking about criminal activities, talking about the FBI and all this other stuff. And I'm like, yo, I don't think about this. I don't think about the courthouse. The only time I think about the courthouse, the only time I start talking, when I start talking, is because they tap it in me. I'm like, okay, so it was my birthday, so they must have been looking on my page to see what the fuck I was doing. I don't know. I don't know. But when they tap in, I see them. I can see them. And it's like, oh my God. Like, and then nobody knows. And then it's been the politicians too, because the courthouse and the public officials are politicians. So they all do black magic, but then they hide it and pretend like they don't do those things. Oh, that's not for us. It's like, I'm in the hood. Everybody here is trying to get out of here, so everybody's doing black magic on each other. Yeah, that's what it is. They do it to each other. I have to cleanse because I'm around it. I am around it. So then when I go to work, I'm around it at work. And then these people have money, they have prestige, they have power. They do it too. And I was talking about, like, it's like the Squid Games. It's like the Squid Games. Like, they doing all this stuff to force you to do things and accept situations, and you have to do it because they got the money, and they won't release the money because and it's just like, oh my God. And then it's like, and then nobody sees this. Like, how can no one see what the hell the courthouse is doing? Like, how you don't see that man in that dirty ass suit? He can't even speak proper English, pretending to be Christian and Catholic and so holy and righteous, and then they playing in black magic, and it's just like, oh my. And nobody sees it. Like, nobody can see this. It's crazy to me. I can see it. I can see it, and then I have to act like I don't see it because I'm there and I have to work there and I need my job. I don't need this. I quit. I quit in 2020, and they keep coming for me, and I'm like, why do they keep coming for me? It's something. If they keep coming for me, it's because of something. And money is always the motive. And I'm like, what is it? Like, I don't even know what it is besides the court case, besides the lawsuit, because I'm suing the entire state. But I don't understand, what is it with me, If I say it, I can see you. I will see you. If you start doing your shit, I am going to see you. I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see all your shit. And then you're gonna get mad. Then you're gonna get mad at me because I see all your shit and I know what you're doing. And I know. The thing with magic is that you can't prove it. The thing with the justice system, you need proof of everything. They don't take your word for nothing. If you don't have proof of what you're saying, of what happened, they're not going to listen to you. That's just the way the law is. The system is like that. I have documented proof, 405 pages of documented proof, time, incidences, locations, emails, direct contacts, your name, your title, everything. Everything is in that document. Nobody wants to read the document because nobody wants the evidence to incriminate them. Nobody wants to bring it forward because they don't want to lose their job. A lot of people in that file. A lot of people are in the court case file, and no one wants them to look into that file because it's going to incriminate a lot of people. That's not my problem. If you do your job properly, we wouldn't have these kind of issues. And the only reason I'm even talking about the courthouse today is because they was tapping in. I'm like, why am I talking about the courthouse? Like, why am I thinking about the courthouse? Like, why? Let me see what I was writing like a lot of stuff. I was writing a lot of stuff. I was like, why the fuck am I writing about this stuff? And it's because they tapping in. That's the only reason. Because I don't care about. All I care about is my court case, the discrimination, the harassment, the bullying, the targeting, all of that. Okay. But and then when I start talking about what's going on in the courthouse, it's because somebody's tapping in and I can see them. I can fucking see them. And I'm just like, oh my God. I wrote so much stuff. Oh, look, this is what I put. Don't have an aneurysm by what I post. Mind blown. And I put the emojis. Like I write with emojis. I like emojis. Like I don't know why you're so boring. And you're like, oh my God, you're putting emojis. Like why do they make emojis? So you can use them. Hello? Mind blown by how I know things. Like you don't know how the hell I know, but I know why I know, but you don't know. I've always been this way. And that is why they come for me, not realizing they are giving me their power. Every time they tap in, I see you. I can fucking see you. It is crazy. I only get stronger, wiser, and I'm able to see more. Don't forget to thank your enemies for being dumb. Like, it's so stupid. Just let it happen. Watch it happen since no one believes me. Like, just let this shit happen. Death becomes them. Like, death is their life. Death is their future. Death is going to come to them. Santa Muerte is a death angel. She's an angel and she works with God. These people, they summon death. They don't summon Santa Muerte because Santa Muerte is not gonna go for innocent people. Nah. Santa Muerte goes for people that are attacking the innocent. It's an angel and she puts death to whatever work they're doing. She's a death angel. But these people, they summon death. The Grim Reaper, I don't know what they do. So I can't say who it is or what it is. I just know it's not Santa Muerte. Like they're not calling her. They calling a demon. They calling something else. That shit, you can't beat Santa Muerte. She works with God. You can't beat God, but they try. They try. And you just let them be stupid. Like it's okay. Like it's okay. I know what you're doing, and it's okay. I just have to fucking watch you go through all the shit. Watch these people go through all the problems, and it's just like, oh my God, like you're not gonna stop. You're not gonna stop. Like it's fine. Like they're gonna go through all this shit. They're gonna go through it, and then I just look like Like they still doing this shit. Like, oh my God. Death becomes them. Their misery is all like they're gonna be so fucking miserable. I'm gonna be so happy. I'm gonna be so happy inside. I'm gonna be like, oh my God, I'm just happy. I'm happy with all the shit that they going through. Everything makes me fucking ecstatic. I'm happy. Everything bad is happening to the enemy, you know? The dismantling of corruption and organized crime is a big deal. I have to be alone during this time so no one gets hurt in the process of coming for me. Because whoever's around me, they are going to attack whoever is around me. So it's like I can't even have people around me because of what I'm dealing with, of what I'm going through, of who is attacking me. So I'm dealing with the courthouse. I'm dealing with the people. I'm dealing with stuff. It's all spiritual stuff. I can't prove it. I just gotta let it happen. Just let this shit happen. Let these people drop dead. Let them go through their things, and it's not my problem. You know, they will lie and play innocent. Check phone records. Why am I talking about this? Check phone records, group chat, messages, pictures, and those screenshots, you know, because they text each other and they talk to each other like how we talk to each other and we text each other, you know, files and hidden pictures on the phone because there's an app. There's an app on your phone where you can hide your pictures, where you don't want people to look at your pictures, like you know, you doing your little freak pictures, and you don't want nobody to see your pictures. Then you put them in the folder where you can hide your pictures. Yeah, that's one. Check all the apps. And that lets you change your phone number because you know there's an app that lets you change your phone number. Like, so you want to bother somebody, you want to harass somebody. So there's an app that lets you change your phone number so you can call the person that done blocked your stupid ass. They done blocked you, but you can still call them with the app with a different phone number. And it's like, wow, they got apps for that. Yeah, they got apps for that. They got apps for you to change your voice, change a voice recorder, but it changes your voice. That's how people do crime. Like they invent these apps, and people do crime with the apps, or they play stupid games on the phone, and I'm just like it's created. Like, what can you do? You just have to be aware of what the fuck is happening, of what's going on. Like, you can't be oblivious to this shit. You can't act like we're back in the 1950s and 60s. Nah, we're in 2025. Technology has advanced. Criminals have advanced in their think. They're still stupid though. They're still stupid, dumb as rocks, and you got to figure them out. You got to be smarter than that criminal, you know. Change your phone number so that you can bother a person's apps to change your voice, apps to do criminal activity. Like, this is all crime, and then they have apps to help you commit the crime. Halloween is the perfect time to do crime because you could wear the costume and nobody gonna suspect anything because it's Halloween and you just playing along with everybody else. You know, it's you just gotta pay attention to this shit because this shit is crime had advanced, and the one looking for criminals needs to do better and know what the fuck is going on. Nothing stays the same forever. People change, technology advances. Criminals will do the most to keep the systems outdated so you can't monitor them. So once you update the system, who has the mainframe? Whoever has the mainframe can monitor everyone that has the system. But if you never upgrade the system, they can't monitor you. That's someone you need to look at. That's an office you need to pay attention to because they don't want to update their systems, and they're supposed to so that they can be monitored. But they don't want to be monitored, so they're not updating the system. They'll look for every excuse in the book as to why not update the system. They don't want to update the system because there's criminal activity there. If they update the system, you're going to find all the crime. Hello. Hello. Like, you know, you got to think. To think like a criminal, you have to be around them. learn their ways, and don't die. Don't die in the process of learning, watching, and taking notes and keeping tabs. That's the whole thing. Is like, you gotta watch them. You see them, like, okay, and you play cool. Nobody ever gonna know. Nobody's gonna know, and you don't tell nobody your business. Don't tell nobody your business. It's all It's all in the 405-page document full of incriminating evidence against the entire New York State court system. The Bronx Supreme Courthouse court case filed 10/21/2024. The BX filed in the Bronx Supreme Court and in federal court. If it's filed in federal court, it's because it's bigger than the Bronx. It's bigger. It's for the entire state of New York. So it's a federal case. It's a big case. Paulina B Garcia is the plaintiff. No one is with me. No one is with me on the case. I'm the only plaintiff. I work alone. I work alone. No attorney will represent me to sue the city of New York. That's what I wrote. I wake up writing about this shit. I'm like, why the fuck am I writing about this shit? Like, yo, I just had my birthday, and I had a good day. I was just all nice and happy, and then I'm waking up thinking about this fucking courthouse. I know you hear the sirens. The windows are closed. Let me hold on. I closed the window. Put the screen, the shade, the is blinds. I put the blinds down so you can see. But then I started talking about the court. I'm like, why the fuck am I talking about the courthouse? I'm supposed to not be talking about the courthouse, like, you know. But I'm talking about the courthouse. I'm like, why am I talking about the courthouse? I'm like, it's because they're tapping. They're tapping into me, and I'm just like, oh my god. And then like nobody knows, like nobody sees this shit. Like everybody acts like they don't know what the hell is going on, and they're all a part of it. It's crazy to me. I don't understand it. What I put, I now made another post. Do your big one. Do your big one, and don't be scared. FAFO. Let's fuck around, and find out, right? Fuck around, find out, and win. And win this lawsuit. Speak your truth and expose the lies, the theft, the manipulation within the system you know very well. The New York State Unified Court System. How do you know? How do you know? How do I know, right? How do you know? How do you know this shit? I worked there for years. And then it's like magic. Magic was always being done, so nobody would notice me, nobody would acknowledge me. I could never progress. I could never advance within the unified court system. I could never move forward. I was stuck in the same place, but it was because they was doing magic. They were always doing magic in the courthouse. Can't prove that. You can't prove that. I can't prove that, but I was always there. I was hired there since October 19th of 2006. So you've been employed in the Bronx Supreme Courthouse since 2006, and nobody knows who the fuck is Paulina B Garcia. Nobody knows. Nobody knows you. Wow. Then you look up my employment records, and then you look up everything else, and you look up my fact sheet. Look me up. Look, it's real information. It's there. My name, my middle name. You'll even see when I was divorced, because my name used to be Reyes, Paulina B Reyes. And then I got divorced in the courthouse. I was divorced in the courthouse. 4 years for the divorce. When I was divorced, my name changed to Garcia. I never used any other name but Garcia, my maiden name. Married to Reyes. So the Reyes name traumatized me. I will never be fucking Reyes. And what was it? And then dealing with these people in Nigeria, mine was gone. And I married a fucking guy in Ghana and changed my name to Agri. Agri. For me to change my name back to Garcia, I had to apply for a name change. I had to get a name change to go back to Garcia. I was like, oh hell no. For me to ever change my name, I have to be married. Married. That's the only way I'm gonna change my name. Because if I'm gonna marry you, I'm gonna take your name. I'm gonna have your name. Like I'm. It's like I'm yours, but it's like I'm not. Like I'm still my own person, but it's like I'll share the same last name as my person. But that's when I'm married. If I'm not married, nah, that's not gonna happen. No, you have to be married. But like a detective, I wrote everything down without being seen. The reason why I wasn't seen or I wasn't acknowledged is because they were doing spells to hide me, so no one ever noticed me. I was never noticed. I was never acknowledged. I was never advanced. I never moved forward. And that's why I quit because I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. 40 years old and I'm going through this shit. And I'm like, I hate this fucking job. I hate this fucking job. Fucking hate this job. But I had to stay because I have to raise my kids and I'm a single mother and I need this job. And I'm just like, yo, I hate this fucking job. But whatever. All the magic done will bring down their own corruption. I'm writing this shit in the morning. The elite playing games with the life of the innocent. How that is how they will expose themselves. Where there is criminal activity, there is black magic. Don't be naive to the hot mess. Learn how to move and act accordingly. Don't expose yourself. Play the game. You gotta play with them. They want to play with you. Oh, so you gotta play. I gotta play the game. They want to play. How to fool the fool that thinks that you are the fool. You gotta play stupid. That's how you play. You gotta play stupid. Like you don't know what they're doing. But I know what you're doing. But I gotta act like I don't see you. And I fucking see you. you know? Play dumb and peep everything. Peep everything. Like you see everything. Like you see this shit, you listen to it. They're doing spells. So for me, I had to write everything down. Everything that happened, every incident, I would have to write it down because they're doing spells for you to forget what had happened. They don't want you to know the date and the time, location, what was said. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to remember. They don't want you to recall the information. That's why I had to write it down. And that's why the file is 405 pages. Everything is documented. It sounds so crazy, and no one will ever believe you. It's your word against my word. They will never listen to you or believe you. That's what was said to me. They'll never listen to you. So all the complaints that I filed were never acknowledged. No one ever looked into the complaints. No one ever did anything. These are complaints to higher sources, complaints to OCA, the Office of Court Administration. I would go to the union. I would go to everyone, and no one would ever help me. They would never help me, and I couldn't understand why they would never help me. I went to every source before I started going to outside sources, before I started going to the FBI, the CIA, the whoever. I went to the judges. I went to the higher judge. I went to the judges in higher places and other jurisdictions. And then they'll say, oh, it's not in my jurisdiction. Oh, we can't help you. We can't do anything. But they know what the hell is going on. But they're not going to help because it's outside of their jurisdiction. You see how these laws are in place to help the criminals commit their crimes in their borough. So that's why crimes are done. Police come and they can't do anything. They can't do anything because it's outside of their jurisdiction. I'm like, how stupid is that? Like, you're an officer of the law and you're supposed to help people. So somebody could be dying. Someone could shoot them. Something could be happening and you can't help that person because it's outside of your jurisdiction. Or somebody is chasing them to kill them. and you can't help them because it's outside of your jurisdiction. So you see the person chasing them, and they're running for their life, and you're not going to help them because it's outside of your jurisdiction. Like, how stupid is that law? How stupid is that law? Like, fucking tell me how stupid that law is. But it's a law. That's why police don't do their fucking job. A lot of them don't do their job. Oh, it's outside of my jurisdiction. Oh, that's not my problem. It's not your problem. Then everyone that is in your jurisdiction is a criminal. They're crooked. They're politicians. They're corrupt, and they don't help the people. So when you go outside of your jurisdiction, they don't help you. And the people that's in your jurisdiction are corrupt, and they're not going to help you. So who can you go to? The police is all connected. Everything is connected. Everyone is connected to the unified court system. And it's like, what the fuck am I going to do? How am I going to get justice on this case when everyone is a part of it? That's how it's a RICO crime. That is how it's organized crime. It's organized. It's very organized. It's strategic. Everybody has a plan. Everybody knows how to move. Everybody knows what their job is. And that's what they do. They do they do their job. Like, I can't do that. I can't help you with that. Oh, and they'll pass it on to someone else because they don't want to do it. And that's just how it goes. Sounds so crazy. Okay, and no one will ever listen to you. No one will believe you. But this is how it is. And that was said to me. No one is ever gonna believe you. It's your word against my word. So they're saying, like, I'm just a regular person. I'm just a regular person. I don't have a title. I don't have power. They'll never listen to you. Like, look at you and look at me. Like, they're prestigious. They have a title. They're respected, but they're corrupt as hell. But everyone believes them. Everyone looks up to them. Everybody wants to hear what they have to say. And then I'm telling you the truth, and they're talking all the lies, and they believe the lies. And I'm just like, okay, but that's why I resigned. I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here around these people, these fucking slime balls, these lizards, like reptilian. They're evil. They're all evil. They all play in magic. They all play in magic because it's like when you a witch, and when you know what the hell is going on, you know how to protect yourself, you know how to cleanse, you know when somebody's doing some shit. Like, when somebody's playing the magic, when somebody's working. You know, because that's what you do. I can cleanse myself and protect myself so the energy is not going to affect me. But I know when someone is doing negative work, I know why they're progressing and they're succeeding and no one is helping me. I know why. It's because they're doing work. No one ever noticed me. It's because they're doing work against me. That's why. But you can't prove it. I can't prove spell work. I just gotta let it happen. Let it happen. Like, look at this shit going on, and just let it happen. Fine. Dealing with the privilege, with too much power, lacking morals, values. They are evil, wicked, and cruel. And they are supposed to help the community, and all they do is make everything hard for the people. New levels, new devils. You get different kind of crooks. You get a different kind of crooks, different kind of criminal, they're different, but they're still evil. They're still corrupt. So, like, I'm in the hood, right? So I know hood things. Like, I know how this works in the community. I know how this shit go. Like, I know, but then when you step into the elites, and they're supposed to be better, they're supposed to be a better kind of people, but then they're worse. They're worse than the hood. It's worse than the hood because they play pretend. Nobody wants to acknowledge what the hell they're doing. Nobody wants to pay attention to this magic. And I'm just like, oh my. And then they're stupid. They're fucking dumb. Dumb as rocks, dumb as shits, idiots, morons, buffoons, a fucking clown. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, how did you get this job? How? It's because they know somebody, and they know somebody, and that's how they got the job. Because they're a fucking idiot. They could never, they could never pass the test to be qualified or to hold a title, grade 16, grade 21, 22. You too fucking stupid to even have this title, but you have it. It's because you know someone. You didn't earn it. That's clear. Because oh my God. Justice will happen when everyone else wakes up from the spell over them, so they won't. So the spell is over them so that they won't check. They don't check. Nobody does their job. That's a spell. You know, so nobody does their job. Nobody is efficient. No one is working. And it's like, why is nobody working? Why is things not getting done? Why are things not getting done? And then it's okay. Like no one's doing anything. No one is reprimanding them. No one is trying to fix it. No one's trying to do better. This is a fucking spell. This is a spell. So then I'm working. I'm doing all this work, and I was overworked. Overworked. It is a spell. I wrote this. I do not want to be a part of the unified court system ever, ever again. I left, and I'm never coming back. Winning is all that matters. Winning the lawsuit against the entire state of New York. Paulina B Garcia, that's me, versus the Bronx Supreme Courthouse, the unified court system for New York State, the entire state of New York. Index number 1021-2024 in the BX, because we are in the Bronx, is filed in the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. Then they're like, oh, you're suing the entire state of New York. You can only sue the state of New York. You can't sue the entire United States. You can only sue the state of New York, because I can only transfer within New York State. I can't transfer to New Jersey. I can't transfer to California. I can't transfer outside of my state. I have to stay within the state. So I can only sue the state of New York. So it's bigger than the Bronx. So that's why it's federal. It's a federal case because it's bigger than the Bronx. How is no one talking about this case? It's magic. They playing in this shit. Then you can't prove it. Then you just gotta look at this shit. Just look at this shit. Look at it. Read it. Do something. No, nobody does anything. And I'm just like this is a spell. This is a spell. This is a spell over everyone so that no one will do what they're supposed to do. No one progresses. The Bronx stays the same. The people in power stay the same. Everything stays the same. It's like nothing moves. Nothing moves forward. Nothing grows. Nothing gets better. It stays the same. When I left, they lost the contract with the Department of State. Ever since I was employed, they always had the contract with the Department of State. That was for licenses, notary renewals. And when I resigned, they lost the contract. And now the licenses are done with the Department of State directly, because the courts were hiding the documents, or they weren't doing their job. They weren't doing what they were supposed to. That's how you know you have evil in the courthouse. Once you start losing money, you start losing contracts, the money's not the same. Yeah, there's a problem here. There's a problem. But nobody wants to pay attention to the money. Everybody thinks that everything is okay. Like once the money is fucked up, once the money is messed up, that's how you will know there's magic going on, because money is always the first thing to go, because everybody loves money. Everybody wants money. They will set you up. They will do whatever they got to do for some money. It doesn't matter where you are, what country you are in. Everybody will do anything for money. You can make things happen because you got money. That's why I'm like, it's like Squid Games. Like they do everything for money. But they do it here in the United States of America, here in New York City. Everything is money. All they want is more money. How can they get your money? They steal your documents. They'll falsify documents, falsify signatures. They'll do all kind of corruption, and then nobody sees this shit, and nobody sees what the hell is going on here. Like, how long is it going to go on? RICO crimes was in the 1970s. It was because of mobs. The mobs was involved in things, and they had to create the RICO law to dismantle organized crime. Okay, that was in the 70s. We are in 2025, and they're still trying to keep the system like it's in the 1970s. And I'm just like, and nobody sees this shit. Like, nobody can see this shit. I'm just like, wow. And the only reason I start talking about the courthouse is because you tapping in. That's the only reason. Because I don't sit here and talk about the courthouse. I talk about cleansing, burning ancestor money. I talk about spiritual things. You know, when I talk about the courthouse, it's because something's happening. Something's happening in the courthouse. And they tapping into me. It was because it was my birthday. They wanted to see like what I was doing for my birthday. I wasn't doing anything for my birthday. I was just home. I wanted to feel pretty. I wanted to look cute. I wanted to wear a dress and I wanted to be cute. And then I don't eat meat. I'm trying not to eat meat. And then my daughter got me something. She ordered me beef. And that shit had my stomach messed up for like all night. I'm like, damn, like I could have just ate rice and beans, or I could have ate some cabbage, and I would have been good with just that. But because it was my birthday, so she got me beef, and I'm like, and my stomach is all in knots, and I'm like, oh my god, my stomach hurt. And then it's because the food is digesting, and then it's gonna take like 4 days to fucking digest, and I'm just like, oh my God. But you know what? I did it to myself because it was my birthday. I wanted to celebrate myself, my life. I'm still alive. Thank you for being alive. Thank God I'm alive. The magic, all it does, it just makes me stronger. It makes me see them. I can see them. And they keep doing this shit. And I'm just like, I can see you. They still do it. And I'm just like, and I tell you, I can see you. I will see you. If you sit there and you start doing some shit, I'm going to see you. And I tell them I can see them. And they still do it. And I'm just like, you know, I can't help stupid. Like, they're stupid. They're idiots. They're morons. They're fucking buffoons. Like, oh my God. It's like two stupid people. I don't know. Like, I don't know how they got that job. Like, how are you working here? Like, how are you given all this privilege, all this power, and your mental is like, oh my God. But whatever. I don't work there. Thank God I don't work there. I am the owner. I am the director of Lead with Love Inc., a nonprofit organization. I am happy in my own space. I'm happy doing my own things. I am blessed and I am thankful for everything that I have, and everything that I don't have. It's like, you know, it's all right. Like, if I don't have it right now, it's because I can't have it because they're going to try to take it from me. So I just got to wait until my time comes and I can just get the hell out of here, you know? Leave with love. Bye.